tons of powder all over my shirt. I'm not refilming anything. So if you see powder on my shirt, no you didn't. Hello. In today's video, we tried underpainting again. It's trending again, but this time it's trending with way more blush. I think last time I did it, like years ago, I just did contour and highlight. I don't think I did blush underneath at all. So if you want to know how that goes, because you don't feel like trying it yourself, I tried it for you again. Also did this real glam bronzy look. I'm not going anywhere or doing anything. I just felt like doing something kind of sultry, smoky. Before we get into the makeup, these little locks are from Regal Rose. I just stuck them onto my little clickers that I got for my ears from Tether Jewelry. This itty bitty cutest septum ring ever is also from Tether Jewelry, and this necklace is from Regal Rose too. Everything will be linked down below, and I will stop talking so you can watch the video. Bye. I'm gonna prep my skin with the same two products I prep my skin with every single tutorial. Hydrovisor by Fenty Skin. I'm using a little extra because I want my skin to be a little extra hydrated for today's face makeup. I have all these little bumps and blemishes along my jawline, which I have been told is hormonal acne. Had a really rough 2 weeks with my mental health, and I feel like all of my health is affected by poor mental health. So I haven't been feeling so hot. And as per usual, I'm gonna take a big blob of the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. These little blemishes feel really hard when I put my hands over them, and I wanna pick at them so badly. We're not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do it, and you're not gonna do it. I might do it. I'm also gonna add some Glow Lust. That was too much. This is the shade Selenite. It's by Auric. Oh, maybe that wasn't too much. This is such a nice hydrating product. It gives a nice glow. And I just want my skin to be ready for what I'm gonna do to it. So starting with contour, I'm gonna use Butter Biscuit Cream Contour by Fenty. And I'm just gonna contour how I normally would, but a little more on the heavy side because we want it to show through our foundation. I'm not gonna do it as heavy as I've seen some people do it because I don't wanna use a super full coverage foundation. I wanna use something a little lighter. I hate it. I feel like I look like a pumpkin. Without my base makeup on, this contour shade looks so orange. It doesn't when I have makeup on. Very interesting. Now I'm gonna use the Urban Decay Stay Naked Concealer in Pure White. And doing some very extreme highlight. I've never felt cuter. And blending that out with a sponge. If I really took the time to blend this together with that contour shade, it would probably be a nice base color. I did lose a little bit of my contour, so I'm gonna go back in. Now blush. This is Rally by Milk Makeup, and I like really intense blush, so for this to show through how I want it to, we're gonna have to do a lot of blush. I'm gonna use a real dense foundation brush. Underpainting your blush really super heavy is trending, and they're using like red lipstick and all kinds of crazy stuff. It's gonna have to be heavier than this. I'm gonna add a little bit of Fenty Fuego Flush blush on top. It's like a bright orange. I think it'll be a cute mix actually. Look at that, it's like peachy. It smells nice. And I think this is where I need to stop and take a picture for the thumbnail. This doesn't actually look that bad. Like I feel like I could leave the house and I might get a few funny looks, but I don't think it would be like show-stopping. I'm a little worried that I didn't go heavy enough. I'm gonna take a little bit of Danessa Myricks Light 2 Balm Contour. And I'm just gonna add this where I want my contour to be effective. And you know what? For the trend's sake, I'm gonna put just a little bit of lipstick on my cheeks. This is 1950 Lip Crayon from House Labs. This blends out really nicely as a face product. Okay, this is where I pause to take a picture for the thumbnail. Now it is time to try to make this look cute. Actually, it does look kind of cute. To make it look cuter. This is currently my favorite foundation. This is the Milk Sunshine Tint, the reformulated Sunshine Tint. I'm just putting it on the back of my hand and I'm in the shade Light Medium. Here we go. You know what? I think that that is cute. I really like the forehead. I'm definitely using more foundation than I normally would. I like it. I feel like that was a lot of work for a fairly subtle contour, but if you want a really natural contour, then this definitely works. The blush to me doesn't look too intense. It looks very like the blush is coming from within, not sitting on top of my face. I'm gonna do my concealer, but so far I think this looks nice. I'm gonna use the Fenty Pro Filter Concealer in the shade 140. Not using a lot because this is technically the second layer of concealer. That's a pretty nice base. I'm wondering though how much of the underpainting we're gonna lose with powder. There is a lot of product on my face, but it doesn't feel heavy yet. Powder might change that. I'm using the Fenty powder and I've actually mixed butter with just a little bit of lavender so it's a bit more brightening. Using my same sponge and first setting my under eye. And I will do a little bit of baking in places that I want to brighten a little bit just to enhance our subtle contours. I'm not going to bake them for too long though. We have still got blush even with powder on top, but it does look a little bit blotchy. I guess if you don't get a perfectly even coat of foundation on top of the underpainting, it will look a little blotchy. It's not noticeable. I should have underpainted my freckles. I bet that would have been so cute. They would have just been peeking through. What a missed opportunity. I would start over, but I'm just not that kind of person. I'm way too lazy. My under eyes are creasing so badly. That was too much concealer. I'm gonna put a whole bunch more powder in there. And now they just look really dry. I love that for me. I think this looks really nice. It looks really subtle, looks really blended. I am very tempted to go in and contour and put more stuff on my face. I feel like I personally just like everything to be a little bit more structured, except the forehead. I love the forehead. My forehead never wants to blend when I contour it, and this is like, this is good. But for the cheeks, like I would like a little bit more contour, maybe a little bit more on the nose. The blush looks nice. It's a little natural for me. I'm definitely a little cakey. This is more product than I usually like to put on my face. You could do it less. You don't have to use that much. I do understand why the blush trend is viral. It's very pretty. All of that red and we still have this like very nice natural blush going on. I will finish my face now. I'm gonna do my eyebrows, and first I'm gonna comb up my eyebrows so I can see what's going on in there. And then using the Better Brows pencil in B13, which is like a nice cool tone brown, and just filling in little holes, giving them a bit more structure as I go. I wish I could give my life more structure in this way. And then using the e.l.f. brow gel just for kind of a softer brow today. We're not gonna shellac them in place. It's like my brow, just fluffier and bigger and a different color and fuller and nicer, so not my brow at all. This brow went badly. I always get lazy on the second brow and it's never as nice. This one's a little bit darker, but I'm just gonna go with it. Shirt is covered in powder. This is actually my pajamas. I wore this to bed last night. For the eye, I'm gonna use the new Naked Wild West palette from Urban Decay. It's so pretty. It's got gorgeous neutrals, but then it also has these pops of blue, and these blues are so nice. But I'm not gonna use them today. I wanna do like a sultry, smoky, but like winged out and shimmery eye. First, I'm gonna grab this beige, which is invisible because it's pretty much the same color as my eyelid, but I'm gonna throw that in there to make the other colors blend better. And next, I'm gonna use this fairly small brush because I wanna keep it pretty tight. And I'm gonna grab Nudie, and this is gonna be our transition shade. Again, this is just gonna make the deeper shades appear to be more blended. And then just popping back in with the big fluffy brush and blending out the edges. Now I'm gonna go into this really warm brown called Ghost Town. And looking straight ahead, I'm gonna put this just above my lid and winging it out. I'll bring you a little closer so you can actually see. And again, blending the edges, but only a little bit. Whenever I'm doing a wingy shadow, I always use my finger to kind of pull out and blend out the edge of the wing. Now going into the next brown whiskey. These mattes are so pigmented and sticky. They work so well. So I'm just putting this darker brown on the lid and bringing it up just below the edge of our last brown shadow. And then with a clean brush, really softly, and with a very soft brush, I'm very gently blending those two together. And then going in again with whiskey. And then with another clean brush, going back into Ghost Town and going over the edges of that deep brown. That's gonna make them look so blended. And then with a flat brush, I'm gonna go into this shimmery shade Rustler. And that's going all over the lid. That's pretty. I'm gonna take a tiny bit of Hold'em on my finger. I'm gonna just dab that on for a little extra sparkle. I like it. And now I'm gonna use that Rustler shade on the lower lid. And I'll add a little bit of Hold'em as well. I like a little shimmer on the lower. I want just a little bit more shine on the lid. I'm just using some Super Shock shadow from ColourPop in the shade Mycelium. I'll add some of that to the inner corner as well. These apply better with a finger. Now I'm gonna line my eyes with the NYX Epic Ink Liner. I'm just doing a thin line across my lid. And then I wanna match the wing to the shape of the eyeshadow. And then a tiny bit on the inner corner. And then, this is not necessary, but I think it looks pretty. I'm gonna go back into that deep brown and I'm gonna press it over the liner. This makes the liner a little bit softer, kind of blends it into the eye look, and it'll also help keep this liner in place. I'm gonna add a little bit of white to my waterline. And now I'll add some mascara. This is the NYX On The Rise mascara. It's such a good, affordable mascara. Doing the top and bottom lashes.
I accidentally called you mom, thought it was you and called her baby.
While my mascara is drying, I'm going to finish my face. I just got this new highlight from Ofra. It's a collab with Steph Toms and it's called Milk and Cookies. First of all, in the PR package, there was a cookie. So already I'm happy. It's a split with like a champagne color and then a slightly golder color, and it smells like cookies. I like to just use a little bit of both. And it's really, really intense. Ofra does highlighters just different. I can actually smell it on my face. It's so nice. I'm gonna add a little bit to my brow. And let's pick a lash. Yeah, it's a sliced lash day. I feel like I'm probably gonna add more blush. We'll see. These lashes are from Likely Makeup, and the lash glue that I've been using and loving is the new Bold Face Super Sticky Lash Glue. These lashes make me really happy. I really like this eye look. I always shy away from dark eye makeup. I always feel like it's just like a little bit too intense for my liking. And then when I do wear it, I'm like, wait, no, I like it. Now I'm gonna add freckles with my freckle stain. This is by a Canadian brand called Salty Face. And now Ooh, I need a lip. I think I want to keep the lip light and keep the focus on the eyes. I know they say to pick one focus, the eyes or the lips. I think that that's trash. You don't have to pick one focus, but today I think I'm gonna pick one focus. I'm gonna line my lips with About Face Cradled lip liner. These are my new favorite lip liners. I love the formula. It's so matte and has such crazy staying power. I always like to soften my lip liner. I just think it looks so much nicer than a really harsh lip line on me personally. And then I'm gonna use NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in Stockholm. This is one of my favorite lip products of all time. I have been using this since my kids were babies, and that's a long time ago. It doesn't need more blush, but I just want a little bit more. I'm just gonna add a tiny bit of Sunstone from the Fairy Blush palette. I feel so glam and made up to go nowhere, but that's okay. I feel like if you toned this down a little bit, maybe a smaller lash, slightly less dark eyeshadow, this would be a really nice bridal look. So underpainting is cool. I'll probably never do it again. It was just an experiment. I'm so set in my ways of doing makeup that I hardly ever actually pick up a new technique and keep it. I love trying them, but I very rarely actually add them to my routine. I'm old. I've been doing things the way I do them for a really long time. Thank you for being with me during this time, and I hope I see you in the next video.